Hey yo all. I made a Danganronpa tier list a while back on Tumblr, and I said that one day I'd redo it with more thought put into it. So that's what this is. We're just gonna jump right in. Uh, just so y'all know, I don't have a lot to say about my absolute faves, so just bear with me till we get to the lower tiers. Alright, Chiaki. I think she's cute and lovable, and you guys are just jealous. Waifu bait my ass. Chihiro. What's not to like about him? He's sweet, determined, and if you don't like him, you probably don't like nice things like bunnies, or smiling, or, I don't know, joy. Um, Genocider. Okay, so, problematic portrayal of mental illness aside, she's just really funny and gave me a little bit of hope that maybe I could have some fun with this series because chapter 1 was so grim and despair inducing that I was struggling to get through it. Kaede. I will never forgive V3 for killing her off. The twist was beautiful and stuff, but like at what cost? And why isn't she a playable option in the post game material? That could have at least partially made up for her loss a little bit. Why can't we have nice things? Sakura. Just thinking about Sakura makes me want to cry. She's probably the closest you can get to flawless without being a Mary Sue. Shuichi. Look, guys, as much as I wish Kaede had been the protagonist, I can't really say I wish that Shuichi had died in her place. I have a soft spot for him, and I'm very happy that according to the wiki, he's canonically shorter than Kaede. Akane. One time my friend asked me what Akane did to be ranked so high, and I was like, I don't know, man, she just passes the vibe check. Also, her relationship, whether platonic or romantic with Nekomaru, is very wholesome and cute. Also, that part where she tries to kill Nagito was hilarious. Aoi. She's so positive and caring, and her design is neat. Her relationship with Sakura was sweet, and I understand her motivations in Chapter 4, morally questionable as they were. Fuyuhiko. Okay. After having to deal with Mr. Byakuya Togami for the entire duration of Trigger Happy Havoc, I was not looking forward to dealing with another bratty blonde who thinks he's above everyone. So I was over the moon when they decided not to go that route and redeemed him relatively early in the game. I genuinely wasn't expecting that and was pleasantly surprised. Ibuki. She's just a joy. That's it. Also, she talks in the third person like I do, so, you know. Korekio. You know, I went into V3 knowing about the incest thing and was prepared to not like him. Plus, his design was creepy and he murders women, and that's not usually my cup of tea. But as I played the game, I ended up really liking him, like a lot. Like, he's actually really, really cool and interesting. And then I went through the 5 stages of grief trying to figure out what the fuck the writers were thinking when they wrote Chapter 3. And then I decided I would just headcanon that he loved his sister platonically so that I could sleep at night. Makoto, pro tip, never start your story with an entire paragraph on how boring your main character is. That is a terrible writing decision that leaves a horrible impression. That said, I still like Makoto a lot. I think it's because he's exactly the kind of person that I need in my life, and exactly the kind of person everyone in the Trigger Happy Havoc cast needs in theirs. Toko especially. Gundam. He's been appearing in my dreams and I don't know what to do. Uh, no, Kamaru, it is not impressive that Haiji can admit to two high school girls that he's a pedophile. Other than that, she was great. Her character arc and dynamic with Toko was chef's kiss. Rentaro, I wish we got more scenes with him besides the secret event where he paints Kaede's nails and, the FTEs, but I always forget about those. Um, Chihiro's dad. You telling me Haiji got to live and this guy didn't? BS. Mukuro. Spike chunks off, treat Mukuro with the respect she deserves or draw 25. Seriously, do you know how pissed I am that she doesn't have her own official sprites that aren't just her cosplaying as her piece of shit younger sister? Sonia. She's one of those people that I could probably never talk to because she's too cool for me. Uh, Moving on to B tier with Celeste. I love her aesthetic and her accent. Like Sonia, I would probably never talk to her because I think she's too cool for me, and I genuinely always forget she's a gambler. Gonta. His stupidity got on my nerves sometimes, but I love how he uses his strength to help others and how sincerely he loves his classmates. Hajime. Least favorite protagonist, but I still like him. Maybe I'll appreciate him more in the anime if I can muster up the courage to watch it. Kyoko. I kinda didn't like her at first, cause she would just withhold information until the story needed it. Like, seriously, the first two trials could have been over with so much faster. But I started to enjoy her when she opened up to Makoto. Maki. I kinda wish the ultimate child caregiver thing was her actual talent along with the ultimate assassin. I don't know, I think that would have been a little bit more interesting, but she's fine as she is. Monokuma. I did not realize how much I appreciated him until the Mono Cubs came along. Oh boy, Taka. I will never forgive Trigger Happy Havoc for cutting off his character arc. I know that as he was in chapter 3, he would have messed with the tone of the last two chapters, but they could have written him differently to accommodate said tone. Anyway, I love Taka a lot, even though I wish he wasn't always screaming. I like how he asks other dudes to strip, like casually. I love how he isn't afraid to cry in front of others and is still confident in his masculinity. And I love how awkward he is without ever realizing it. And of course, I love his relationship with Mondo. Speaking of whom, I really can't hate Mondo, even though he killed Cherry Blossom. And Mondo wouldn't have killed Chihiro if they weren't in a killing game, so really, what's the problem here? I love how he's all like, a real man's gotta respect women, but then he also can't get any girls because they're terrified of him, according to Ultimate Talent Development Program. Which is honestly fair enough. Also, that moment in the animation where he puts his jacket over Mukuro's corpse was nice. Danganronpa the animation has all sorts of nice little moments sprinkled throughout it that makes it not completely terrible. Kirumi. The end of Trial 2 was hard to watch because, damn, Kurumi's just so graceful and selfless, and wow, that execution was just so unnecessarily brutal. Kokichi. Favorite antagonist by a landslide. His voice could be annoying at times, but bratty gay kid who only acts like an legitimate threat once the killing game pushes him into a corner really worked well for me. Toko. I hated Toko at first because she's just like me for real. The difference is that she's very loud about it and abrasive, and her crush on Byakuya really irritated me after chapter 2. But her backstory of having no one truly care for her without any strings attached hit a little bit too close to home, and in the end, I really couldn't hate her all that much. And then Ultra Despair Girls happened, and yeah, now she's in the B tier. Sayaka. Dude, she's so pretty. What the hell? It is messed up that she tried to kill Leon and frame Makoto, but honestly, she was backed into a corner and scared for her life. I get it. To Gami. He was everything Byakuya should have been post chapter 4. Peko. I think I'm going to actually move her to C tier, but that's okay. She's still alright. I just think I like her more in fan interpretations than in canon. Himiko. I originally put her in C tier. I must have been out of my mind. I wasn't a fan of her whole magic shtick at first, especially during Trial 2. Like, I know magic is your thing, but like, now you're being convicted of murder. Can you please cooperate? But after chapter 3, her character improved tenfold. A tier. Junko. I originally put her in C tier. I must have been out of my mind. As far as I'm concerned, all she has going for her are her looks, and like, Miyu's prettier, so I cannot remember a single line that this bitch had other than your Izuru Kamakura. Just to be clear, I don't dislike Junkfu because she's evil. I mean, look at where I placed Genocider. It's because she failed to entertain me even once. I felt like I was watching a lame ass Disney Junior show every time she was on screen. Uninteresting and irritating, D tier. Kaito. Kaito is a very difficult character to hate, and yet somehow I still managed. No, I'm kidding. I don't hate Kaito. I don't think I would like him if I knew him in real life, but he was perfectly fine, I guess. I adored how he just straight up died before being executed. What a power move. Kibo. Sweet boy, but not really memorable until chapter 6, except for Gonta and Tenko just throwing him into a piranha tank to break the glass. It's so disrespectful. Ryoma. He was alright and relatable when he was alive, but he only lived for like 2 chapters, so, you know. Monica. Best mastermind in the series, in my opinion. I kind of wish she wasn't faking her disability, because having a Danganronpa character that was wheelchair bound was pretty cool, but I like her design more than Junko, so she's got that going for her. Nagisa. He's alright, I suppose. Uh, Mahiru. She is also alright. She could have been in B tier but if she lasted longer, but alas. Shirokuma. Not as great as Monokuma, but he's cool. Especially in a game that includes Kurokuma. Alright. Kazuichi. His crush on Sonia was incredibly annoying. Like, she ain't into you, dude. Be quiet and leave her alone. But even without that, he's just not that great a character to me. I think I like him more in fan interpretations, especially when he's interpreted as gay. But even if he were like that in the game, he'd still only be a C tier. Leon. I think it's really interesting to think about whether or not he was justified in killing Sayaka. His execution rattled me to my core, and his screams to be spared echo in the halls of my mind. So yeah, he gets all my sympathy. I kind of don't like his design because his skin tone, hair color, and eye color clash so hard, and I don't like looking at him. But I don't think I should have put him in D tier, so I'm going to put him in C. Teru Teru. If y'all didn't know, I'm asexual, and I don't like pervy characters in general, so y'all can probably guess where I'm going to place Teru Teru. Yeah, that's right. I decided that on second thought, his passion for cooking, love for his mom, and cool as heck design deserved to be in B tier. And like, he would get bitches if he just kept his pervy thoughts to himself. Like, dude, shut up. Nekomaru. Okay, so remember how I said I didn't have any deep reasons to love Akane? She just passes the vibe check. Yeah, well, same thing for Nekomaru, except for he failed the vibe check. Sorry, dude. But he is very close to C tier. Yasuhiro. He should have died in Taka's place. Sorry, not sorry. Uh, Jataro and Masaru were sympathetic. That does not mean I have to like them. Angie. I love Angie when she's not talking about Atua. Not because I have a problem with her being religious, of course not. But like, show, don't tell. Show me actual examples of her being devoted to Atua instead of just shoving his name down my throat. My favorite Angie line is in the secret event where she compliments Samugi's boobs because she doesn't mention Atua at all. Other than that, cute design, cute voice, cute character. Mikan. I originally put her in poorly written because of how much she's sexualized, but I think that's more of a problem with the game itself than her. So, C tier. She is alright, but she could be really annoying at times. Samugi. She baffles me, guys. I have no idea how to feel about her. I'm so confused. But at least she's not lame as a mastermind like Junko. Tenko. I love her when she's not saying the words degenerate males. Her crush on Himiko was cute and like, but why do people think it's problematic? Did I miss something? Let me know if I did. Why are y'all comparing it to Tagami and Fukawa? Himiko at least liked Tenko platonically, unlike Byakuya, who has no respect for Toko whatsoever. And with the way she acts around him, rightfully so. Except chapter 2. Kotoko. Chapter 3 was not it. Other than that, I liked her. Byakuya. I can't realistically put him in F tier because I like his voice and I respect his competence too much. But yeah, what he did to Chihiro and Toko in Chapter 2 was disgusting, and the fact that he never gets punished for it or apologizes boils my blood, and I cannot be satisfied with his quote unquote redemption. Hifumi. Okay, let me list some Hifumi positives. I like how his nickname is the Alpha and the Omega. I like how his voice switches from low pitch to high pitch. And I love how, and his desire to have someone to talk about his interests with is sympathetic enough, I guess. But yeah, he was not it. Hyoko. I was actively preying on her downfall. If 2-3 had to happen to get rid of her, so be it. Miyu. She's pretty, but being an arrogant bitch was not it. I understand why people like her though, and a part of me really wants to, but I just can't. Monami. Sorry guys, she failed the vibe check hard. Hygie. Okay. Pedophilia aside, how is Junko a better older sibling to Monica than you are? How? How? For literally all of my other least faves, I can at least totally understand why people like them. Not this guy. He's actually awful. Junko murdered her own sister in cold blood, and yet between the two of you, she's the better sibling? Please go to hell. Kurukuma. I hated every single frame he was on screen. Monocubs. The only time I was entertained by them was when Monofini said, "Alright, you bastards," and the way they bounce around in the background during trials. Other than that, I cheered when they all died. Right. Wait. I forgot about Nagito. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Despite him being one of the most popular characters, I constantly forget he exists. I literally forgot him as I wrote down my talking points. He failed to impress me, and every time he did something wild, I just kind of raised my eyebrows and went, "Oh, okay." He's fine, I guess. But, like, if he wasn't such a prominent character in the franchise, I would completely forget about him. And this is my tier list. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and please leave good comments, because if you don't, I will be forced to pin Chris's comment, and we don't want that. Other than that, thank you for watching. Please subscribe so I can make community posts, and have a good day.